Hello, this is Berlin, the 10th of October 2020. I have the pleasure to open another hearing on the Extra-Parliamentary Inquiry Committee on COVID-19. On German, der Außerparlamentarische Corona-Untersuchungsausschuss. You can find this on the website acu2020.org. acu2020.org. So I have the pleasure to have today with me some experts internationally on the financial perspective. We are here in these hearings to inquire what is going on with this COVID-19 disease and what are the circumstances, because we find out as medical doctors that there is no data, no hard data for a medical pandemic. So what's going on? Is it a plandemic? And I'm pleased to have here some more experts.
Yes, hello. My name is Monica Helleberg. I'm from Sweden. I represent the People's Court. I also work in the core team of the New Earth Project. We want to advocate grassroots movements and people to actually look at the facts. We have seen the facts, it's all presented to us, and now we all need to act together to stop this and to bring the solutions to the problems forward. I believe in actually going to the root of the problem, which is in how we organize ourselves, how we unite, how we spread our information and collaborate. And the possibility, the financial possibility, the flowering that can happen through this crisis, I think is immense. Because what this has done, even though we see businesses collapsing, we see people not getting their care, we see vaccinations being pushed that are not safe, we can become aware and create something even better together. So that is what I'm advocating. In the New Earth Project and the New Earth University, we have gathered over 15 years of experience from all over the world in law, in ecology, architecture, social interactions, economy, so many different areas. And we need to rise up in all those areas to break through this glass wall that we're all constricted within today. It's not enough with just economy or ecology or medical care. We need to unite all those aspects and create the new paradigm. So I'm happy to work with these amazing people here today. Please listen with your own ears and really make sure to get your own information about what is going on. And be sure to step into the new paradigm, because the old one is falling. I'm very certain of it from the sources that I have. And regarding the financial situation, that is actually, in my view, causing more damage than any supposed COVID right now. And we need to look that fact in the clearly look at that fact. All the children starving today in our world, all the small business owners. I've been a business owner and an entrepreneur for over 15 years. Our business was cut down by 2/3 from the COVID. And there's so many others going out of business. Suicide rates are, going up. And from all of this, I hope that people wake up. People become aware. People come with new solutions that we stand for so that we can actually create a new paradigm. So you can look at what we're doing in New Earth Project and People's Court. We're trying to bring the evidence up. We're trying to bring the solutions together. So thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. So, another perspective to be heard.
Thank you. My name's David Kurten. I'm a member of the London Assembly, and I'm going to be contesting the London Mayor elections next May in the United Kingdom, and hopefully will become London Mayor. The coronavirus situation is clearly no worse than a bad flu season, and it's caused immense damage to people's mental health. It's caused immense damage to the economy, and particularly small and medium-sized businesses, whereas the larger businesses have the capacity to ride the storm. And in fact, for some of them, it's been a very great thing for them, because they've been able to watch as small and medium-sized businesses have gone out of business, and then they can take up the share of the market as smaller businesses have gone to the wall. I think that this is a great injustice, and many of the measures that have been put in place in the United Kingdom are particularly hurting those lone traders and small businesses. The hospitality sector has just recently been massively hit by a 10 p.m. curfew, which has no scientific evidence behind it, but bars and restaurants and clubs and cafes and theatres and music spaces, music halls have all got to shut. Some of them were shut anyway. Now they've all got to close at 10 p.m. And all the businesses that are in that sector are saying this is disastrous, and yet the government carries on, and it's supported by the opposition as well. So you've got two political parties that are in lockstep together pushing these destructive measures on businesses, on civil liberties, and on people's mental and physical health as well. I've started a new party in the United Kingdom called the Heritage Party. We stand for freedom, for free speech and liberty. We need to get back all of our civil liberties that have been built up over centuries, and there's been greater destruction to civil liberties in the United Kingdom in the last 7 months than there have been in the last millennium. It really is that serious. And there's been more destruction to businesses, I would argue, than there has been in wartime. It really is a disastrous situation. So my party stands for a restoration of civil liberties, and we also stand for free and fair markets, where there is freedom to trade, there's freedom to do business, but we need to make sure that we build up and bolster small and medium-sized businesses and not see them continue to go bankrupt.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. And I had recently the pleasure to hold a speech in London, in Great Britain. And Great Britain has got a long tradition of freedom of speech. And there is a place for this. It's in Hyde Park, London, at Speaker's Corner. Well, you can check out ACU 2020, what happened if someone speak out something what a lot of people would like to hear. Well, there is some experience, and we had this experience before in Berlin. Today we have the 10th 2020. There will be a big rally in Berlin. We performed in August 2 very big rallies with around 1 million people over there. Yeah, you can check this out in the internet. You can see their views from above. They were very this was very good, and we had a lot of people over there. Well, freedom of speech and the perspective is something what we would like to present, and today as well with financial and political views as well, not only scientific facts, medical facts that we are presenting, because we need to align with all groups within the social structures all over the countries. So, now we will get another perspective.
Thank you, Dr. Schöning. It's an honor and privilege to be invited to speak here today. My name is Martin Byrn. I'm a lawyer and human rights advocate from Ireland. I'm speaking on my own behalf and not on behalf of any organization in my country or any other. I'm speaking out because of what I've seen from my own experience since this crisis started at the beginning of 2020. As a lawyer, I'm always interested in the perspectives and views of other lawyers, especially authoritative sources. At the start of this year, I became aware of a professor in the United States who spoke out in relation to the coronavirus, and I shared that video with Professor Francis Boyle in the United States, the University of Illinois. I shared that video with a number of my colleagues. A couple of weeks later, I asked them what did they think of it. And to my surprise, they replied, the link doesn't work or the video is not there. I became concerned about that. Why would the video be deleted, or why would it be perhaps censored? Then I became aware over the course of the following weeks and months of many, many, many authoritative sources, professors, doctors, lawyers, people who are speaking, they're sharing their views about challenging the official narrative. Those videos have been deleted. And as a human rights lawyer, I look at that and say, well, that's a breach of freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is one of the most fundamental and important fundamental rights that the human race has, because so many rights depend upon that basic cornerstone of freedom and democracy. Most people are not aware that the freedom of expression includes two parts. It's like a bird with two wings, and a bird never flew on one wing. People have a fundamental right to impart information, to express information, but we also have a right, a fundamental right to receive information. So when big tech giants or governments or vested interests interfere with that right of the public's right to receive information, we should be concerned and we should stand up and speak out against it, because it's against our fundamental rights and freedoms. So my goal is to stand up and to speak out, to protect, to preserve, and defend our fundamental rights and freedoms. I'd like to repeat again, it's such an honor and privilege to be in the company of these wonderful and courageous people, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Schöning.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. And well, you mentioned Professor Francis Boyle in the United States, a law professor. This is a person who I met personally before. This is a person you need to listen to. Professor Francis Boyle, greetings from Berlin to the United States. But now back to Europe.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's also a pleasure for me to be here to meet all these courageous people. My name is Mads Palsvig. I'm from Denmark. I'm the chairman and founder of the People's Party JFK 21. I am a former investment banker from London. I worked for Barclays, Morgan Stanley, and Credit Suisse. I have, over the last couple of years, made several freedom rallies and demonstrations, primarily in the beginning against 5G rollout, and then also now the entire lockdown. I cancelled a couple of demonstrations the first couple of weeks after the corona lockdown started, just to see what was actually going on, but it didn't take more than a couple of weeks to realize that it was not worse than a flu. So I continued doing these demonstrations, and we have had a lot of success with sending out notice of liabilities to the people responsible for this lockdown, certainly in the area of masks, where we have a lot of exemptions, so we are able to travel freely in Denmark without wearing a mask, and also dining in cafeterias and restaurants and bars without wearing a mask. Even though the media, they are not informing the public about it, then our organization is doing a huge job informing everybody, so people now know it. And we are launching the party officially the 22nd of November, People's Party JFK 21. And what we try to do is we will try to reform the system from within. And the first thing to do is to have a strong health platform, of course, basically summing it up in one sentence: my body, my choice. Nobody can inject anything in you without your consent. The second thing is a very strong economic platform. That's my background as a former investment banker. And this is what I want to introduce, which is money creation for the people instead of for the banks. And then removing the income tax, and then having a Tobin tax instead, which is a 1% turnover tax on transfers of digital money. And then the last thing is that you change the VAT to another form of turnover tax, which is non-deductible. And with this, you can actually create a middle class, a huge middle class, and you can make poverty totally redundant. And I hope to be that program could be an inspiration for other freedom-loving political parties all over the world, so that we can convince the people that you can have economic prosperity for everybody. Thank you very much again.
Yeah. Thank you very much, my dear colleague from Denmark. Well, you see here in the acu2020.org, we are not just presenting problems and talking about the problems. You see, there are solutions out there, and better solutions, better than new normal, and certainly better than the old normal. So, yeah, check this out. Please spread out this information, all these hearings. They are translated into 10 languages on acu2020.org. Thank you very much. I will close this hearing.